Say it 3 times, moon, moon, moon. That's how it will be proven, guys, and know this, I want to talk about more people. There's a lot of good news about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, and this is what we talked about. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, says, Bitcoin could go through the roof and reach a value of between $500,000 and $700,000. If it does, imagine an idea that it goes to $50,000 and then at least 5 numbers for each XRP, like $50. I believe you, because so my moon aim for this cycle for Bitcoin is 300K. It's at least 30,000 Ethereum, which is about 20,000 XRP. It's at least 50,000 XRP, but I think it's higher than that. I don't think that's funny, but this is why BlackRock is so optimistic. Someone with a lot of power in the financial world just said, if you're not bullish on cryptos in general, then I don't know what you're doing, right? You're not getting the money. What's making them gobble up is that BlackRock just bought another 3,000 Bitcoin today. Check out the pattern. It only goes up, right? Guys, do you remember Mr. Pool to the right and up? It's just a pump that keeps going. That is exactly how much Bitcoin BlackRock has received so far. Yes, it only goes up and then stays up. The pattern keeps going over and over. Okay, so these are bots running Bitcoin, guys. This is how the money is coming in. And I think Bitcoin is about to give people a great high. We are going to talk about it. Guys, the home market has also come into play. Okay? There's a lot of news. The company Fidelity also buys 1,000 Bitcoin. It's just that Fidelity is less worried about buying Bitcoin. Even so, BlackRock is getting a lot of things. They have more money and possibly more people who want to buy. There are people who are very optimistic about Bitcoin, likely because they know a lot about it. However, a White House source has said that the government has a plan to buy Bitcoin, right? And then some people say that making 6 figures with Bitcoin this cycle is impossible. The only reason they think that is because they have limits on their minds, right? They think Bitcoin can't go any higher than what it has been in the past. Yes, it has never done that before. But maybe they're just going to parabolically rise everything before the crash, as we think. When people at the White House work on digital assets, those are the first things that come to their minds. You should know that a report on the actions between agencies will be coming out soon. We've already done some things with the SBR. What about the plan for building up? How do we follow that up? That means there are lots of chances and things to do. I'll get back to it right away after we leave here. Just be honest, they're going to do it anyway, right? What do they have to wait for? A $6 trillion asset manager called Fidelity says that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are still changing. Yes, it definitely will when Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies really take off and go through the roof. I want to quickly talk about Bitcoin because it looks like it's moving around. It's keeping support at 107K right now. Since this is on a log chart, there will be strong support. If you take it off the log chart, help double it around 107K, hold at 107K, and your next goal will be 112K, okay? That will be very important because it will be a cash grab. That's the only thing I care about here, right? That being said, the next goal will be 120K, guys, as soon as 112K is broken. Are you ready? Yes, the moon is right around the corner. Also, the amount of Bitcoin available on platforms is at an all-time low, right? What's interesting is that something similar is said to have happened with XRP. Since it looks like all of these coins are reserves or trade balances, I guess that's what they are. I see. Okay, guys, let's talk about trades. So the green line shows the balance or amount of Bitcoin on an exchange. Also, these are the Bitcoin production lines. It looks like it's getting less and less over time or across all trades. That's about 2 million, guys. The price of Bitcoin is going up, which makes sense since everyone is buying it and putting it away in cold storage or another place they need to keep it. Guys, things are getting crazy because the Nasdaq really changes it in July. Okay? In a few days, it will be July. Okay, see you next week. What then takes place? Nasdaq gives us a look at the stock market every month in July. It's only green there. There was only one time in 2024 when it was minus 1% in the red, which means July. Guys, if Nasdaq or these stocks go up, the big stocks in the stock market will go up too. It's going to be a crazy month. Just a few percentage points was going to send Bitcoin, XRP, and ETH through the roof, right? This is how we see things and why news is spreading like never before. I'm really excited. Justin, who is in charge of federal housing, told companies to get ready to use cryptocurrency as collateral for mortgages. What just took place? What? After a lot of research and in line with President Trump's plan to make Onassis the crypto capital of the world, I told Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac today to get their businesses ready to accept crypto, using Bitcoin as collateral for a loan. Sir Alderode, the chief law officer at Ripple, says good catch, or good news for the 55 million Americans who own cryptocurrency. What are the 55 million Americans who own crypto now able to do? Let's read on to find out how big this is. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were given instructions to consider cryptocurrency as an asset for single-family loans. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, on the other hand, play a key part in the NAACP's housing finance system by keeping the secondary market for residential mortgages stable and liquid through prudent standards that help ensure long-term ownership. As of now, cryptocurrency is an emerging asset class that may offer a way to make money outside of the stock and bond markets. However, cryptocurrency has not usually been taken into account in the mortgage risk assessment process for loans given to businesses without first converting the cryptocurrency to US dollars. Wow, this is crazy. You don't have to sell your crypto for imaginary dollars and ask for a mortgage anymore. Guys, I don't know much about the home market or any of that, but I think you could get a loan with your cryptos, and they didn't just say to buy more Bitcoin. It's cryptos in general. XRP is also part of Ethereum. That means, guys, when XRP moons, that means something, right? You get a loan in a way to use your XRP to buy a house. And it's possible that I'm not very familiar with the housing market right now, but I think that's what they're saying here, right? Saying that each business must come up with a plan for using cryptocurrency as an asset for reserves and their own single-family mortgage loan risk assessments without changing the cryptocurrency into US dollars. That's it. Each business is told to only think about cryptocurrency assets that can be proven and saved on a centralized exchange regulated by US. So the total value of the world's real estate market, several $100 trillion, right? That is, and always has been, crazy. Cryptocurrencies are being added to the natural system as a whole right now, because you do know that 5 years ago, this would not have even crossed anyone's mind. Now that it's happened though, right? We're going to watch that movie in a moment. But in other words, this shows that the Trump government has changed its policies to include digital assets in housing finance. This move fits with the larger trend of institutions using cryptocurrencies, as shown by a presidential order from January 2025 that included Bitcoin and Ether in a NAIC strategic reserve. As someone who used to work as a mortgage banker, let me be clear from Echo X. What just happened is really big. We were talking about two huge people. Okay, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac now have more than $7 trillion in mortgage loans and are getting ready to let digital assets be used as backups for single-family loans. Wow, that's crazy, guys. Wow, that's really crazy. Wow, just think of all the people who will be buying homes when cryptos do moon, right? As well as their cryptos, you will soon be able to use your crypto stack as proof that you can a home loan. No, that's not logical at all. What? How is that going to work? What if the market goes down? Yes? Then what takes place? Okay. Or maybe there won't be any more bear markets, right? It only goes to the right. You don't have to sell anything else to qualify. Okay, not anymore. Crypto doesn't do it. This lets a lot of people really use it, and it's the start of a tokenized home market backed by a nice smart system. Guys, this seems really big to me. It really does. That's why this is crazy. Why are they doing this? That means crypto has the best green light of all of them. I know it's hard to get loans to buy houses and to qualify for these loans or whatever. That means cryptocurrencies aren't that dangerous if they do this, right? Okay, so that means cryptocurrencies will be fully built into the Finnish system, even going as far as the home market. That's actually a very large risk rating, which means that your cryptocurrency can back your mortgages. Another new company called Milo already does this, and it's been slowly making its way into the mortgage market. In this way, some people buy and sell crypto on their own, but for Fannie and Freddie to use crypto as a backstop for their mortgages, that will be interesting going forward since they have over $7 trillion in loans. Yeah, guys, I know that's crazy, so let's get ready. Let us see what takes place. To go over this one more time, it looks like cryptos are really coming to light under Trump's government, out into the light so that everyone can see it, right? Additionally, people will feel more at ease using cryptocurrencies every day and for any other reason. I need your help now. A lot of good news for all cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. For some reason, your face makes me think of us. Goodbye.